Hello dear students, a very warm good morning to all of you and welcome back in our biology session. So as we know, in our biology session we are discussing about components of food. In that we have already discussed about so many different components of the food, like that we have discussed about carbohydrate, proteins, fats and vitamins. So in today's session we will move for the next one point from the same lesson, that is today we are going to discuss about the minerals. So let's discuss about the minerals. Okay. So these minerals are nutrients required by our body for its proper functioning, normal growth and good health. Minerals does not supply energy to our body. So like that we have discussed about the vitamins. Vitamins also required to our body for its proper functioning, normal growth and good health. Also to improve our immunity system, to protect ourselves from the immunity system, like that vitamins are useful for us. In the same manner, the minerals are also required for the proper functioning of our body, normal growth and good health. Okay. And very important, these minerals do not supply any energy to our body. Some important minerals, their sources and functions are in the table which is given. So let's discuss about that. First one we are going to discuss about calcium. First one is calcium. So which are the sources of calcium? Milk, cheese, egg, green vegetables, whole grains, cereals and meat. All these are the sources which gives us, or all these are the food stuff which gives us calcium. Okay. Next one. Functions essential for the formation and hardening of bones and teeth. So as we know, calcium is very good for the proper or for the hardening, for the healthy bones and the teeth. Plays a vital role in clotting of blood. Also it helps to clot the blood. Now clotting of the blood means what? As we know, if we are having any cut or wound on our body, so the blood started to comes out from that body parts. But after some time that blood started to get stopped, or the flow of the blood gets stopped from our body. That is only we are calling as what? Clotting of blood. Okay. So the calcium also helps for the clotting of blood. Next one, phosphorus. Which are the food which is rich in phosphorus? Milk, cheese, green vegetables, bajra, nuts, liver and ragi. All these are the foodstuffs are rich in phosphorus. Next one, what is its function? Formation of strong bones and teeth. Okay, so this phosphorus helps to form the strong bones and teeth. Iodine. What is the sources of iodine? That iodized salt that we are using in our daily food. Next one is seafood, like fish. This is seafood. Then green leafy vegetables is a good source of iodine. Okay. Next one, what is the importance or what is the function of the iodine? Essential for the formation of thyroxine hormone. Okay, which is very important. Let's see what is by thyroxine hormone. So this iodine is important for the formation of thyroxine hormone. And who secreted this thyroxine hormone? As we know that this in the neck region there is one gland present. Okay, that is what is the name for that gland? That is what? Thyroid gland. So secreted by the thyroid gland present in the neck region. Okay. So in our neck region there is one gland, and the name of that gland is what? Thyroid gland. And this thyroid gland secreted this thyroxine hormone. Now hormone means what? These are the chemical substance which are necessary for the normal proper functioning of our body. Okay. So this thyroid gland secretes the thyroxine hormone. And what is its function? This hormone controls physical, mental and sexual development of our body. Okay, so this thyroxine is very important. It controls the physical, mental and sexual development of our body. Next one is there, that is what? Iron. So green leafy vegetables, legumes, like we can say that different grams, groundnuts are there. Okay, all these are what? Leguminous plants. Spinach, jaggery, all these are the food material which are rich in iron. What is its function? Essential for the formation of hemoglobin in the blood. So this iron is very important for the formation of hemoglobin in the blood. Hemoglobin means what? This is a red color pigment, and because of this pigment the blood is having red color, and to form the hemoglobin, what is necessary in our body, that is what? Iron. Okay, so this is about what? Minerals. Up till now we have discussed the different types of the nutrients. Okay, so see, I want to tell you one thing. So our body requires carbohydrate, fats, proteins. Along with that, our body requires the vitamins and minerals also. Okay. So see here. So this carbohydrate, fats and protein, our body requires in a more quantity. That's why it is called as macronutrients. Macro means what? They requires in a more quantity. They requires in a higher quantity. The amount we require is in a more. Okay. So these carbohydrate, fats and proteins are called as micronutrients. But as we discussed, vitamins and minerals is important to our body, but they require in a very small amount. Okay, and that is the reason they are called as micronutrients. Okay, see the spelling. Here it is MA and here it is MI. As we know that microorganism, micro means what? Very small, very tiny. Like that, here what we can say, vitamins and minerals we required in a very small quantity. These are what? Micronutrients. Okay, so in this way, macro and micro. In macronutrients what comes? Carbohydrate, fats and proteins, and in micronutrients what comes? Vitamins and minerals. Okay, so up till now we have discussed about the different types of the components of the food, and all these components of the food is get divided into three parts, that are energy giving food, body building food, and food necessary for bodily processes and resistance or to diseases. Okay, so all the different food, all these components get divided into these three categories. So first we'll discuss about the energy giving food. So which food comes into the energy giving food? Carbohydrate and fats. Okay, carbohydrate and fats are called as what? Energy giving food. Next one, body building foods. Which food is rich in body building food? That is what? Proteins. Okay. Next one, food necessary for bodily processes and resistance to disease. That is what? Vitamins and minerals, or also in simple word what we can say that these vitamins and minerals are called as what? Protective food. Okay. So in these are the three types of the food. In that, carbohydrate and fats are energy giving food, proteins are body building food, vitamins and minerals are the protective food. Okay, now we'll move for the next one point, that is what? Roughage. Already we have discussed fibers means only called as what? Roughage. But along with all these nutrients, our body requires the enough amount of roughage and water. Okay, roughage and water. So let's discuss about the water. It is the most important components of food. It is essential for life. Our body needs water to perform many vital functions. Some of them are. Okay, so it is a very important components of food. It is essential for our life, and our body needs the water to perform the different activities or to perform the different functions. Functions like, first one, it transports substances and nutrients inside our body. Okay, so this water helps to transport the different substances and nutrients inside our body. For example, I can say that once the food get digested, then that food get mixed into the blood. Along with the blood it get transported, and along with the blood the water is also helpful to transport the substances and nutrients inside our body. Okay. Next one, helps to regulate the temperature of our body by sweating. So as we are feeling very hot, it means what? Our body temperature get increased. Okay, and to decrease our temperature or to bring our body temperature to the normal position or the normal temperature, our body started to produce the sweat. So with the help of that sweat, what happens? The extra water comes out from our body. Okay, so it helps to regulate the temperature of our body by sweating. Next one is there, it helps our body absorb nutrients from the food we eat. Okay, so in this way it helps to our body to absorb the nutrients from the food that we eat. So these are the certain functions of the water. Now how much water we require? Our body needs about 2 to 3 liters water every day. Most of the water that we need by our body, it comes from the different types of the drinking materials or the drinking water and the beverages like tea and coffee. So most amount of the water come in our body, the water that we drink regular or the normal water that we drink. Along with that water, some the beverages, like that some liquid things we are having, that is what tea, coffee, sharbat. From that also some water comes in our body. But the most of the water comes from the drinking water. We also get water from most food items we eat, like that some fruits, vegetables, meat and fish provide some quantity of water to our body. For example, fruits, we can say that watermelon gives us more amount of the water, also cucumber gives us more amount of the water. In this way, some fruits and vegetables also gives us the some amount of water to our body. Next one, excessive loss of water from the tissues of the body is called dehydration. Okay, sometime what happen, there is a loss of the water from our body, but that loss is what excessive in a more amount. If there is a more amount of the loss of water from our body, then it is called as what, dehydration. D means what, remove. The water, hydration means what, water. The water get removed from our body, that is called as what, dehydration. Okay, for example, which are the reasons for the dehydration? We can say diarrhea, vomiting and excessive bleeding causes dehydration. So because of this diarrhea, vomiting and the excessive bleeding, water is also comes out from our body, and that causes what, dehydration. But dehydration causes loss of salt and leads to weakness in the body. Because of the dehydration, what happens, water is also get lost from our body, and some amount of the salt also get out from our body. Okay, one should drink enough water to prevent dehydration, and to reduce the dehydration we have to drink enough amount of water every day. But to treat the dehydration, we are having one solution, that is what, oral rehydration solution. Oral means what, through the mouth that we are taking. Re means what, again, and hydration means what, water. Again we are providing the water to our body, that is what, oral rehydration solution, which is also called as what, ORS. Okay, is used. It is available free of cost in primary health centers, and ORS can be prepared at home also by mixing how, 4 spoons of sugar and 1 spoon of salt in a liter of water. Okay, so what is the procedure? Mix the 4 spoon of sugar and 1 spoon of salt in a liter of water. This mixture is also available in the chemist shop. So this is about what, water. Okay, now we'll move for the next one point, that is what, balanced diet. So see, what is meant by diet? The food that we eat during the whole day. It is called as what, diet. With so many things we are having within a day, and that whole food materials together, it is called as what, diet. Okay, diet. Our diet consists of many food items made from cereals like wheat, jowar, bajra, rice, pulses, fruits, vegetable, egg, milk, meat, fish and so on. I mean, so many things are there that we are adding in our diet. Okay. So what is meant by balanced diet? Our diet should be balanced, but exactly what is meant by the balanced diet? The diet that contains proper amount of all the essential nutrients, roughage and water for the proper growth and development of the body is called a balanced diet. Okay, see here. So the diet which contains all the essential nutrients, along with that essential nutrients, it contains the roughage and water for the proper growth. Why these all things necessary for our body? For the proper growth and development of the body is called as what? Balanced diet. Okay. Next one. The composition of balanced diet depends on the sex and the age of person, occupation and special needs. So the balanced diet is different for different people. We can say it depends on the sex, whether it is male or female. It depends on the age of the person. See, the person, those who are growing, or the child, those who are growing, they are having the more diet, or their food requirement is more as compared to the old person. Okay, occupation, if the person is doing the hard work, then they require physical work is more, then they require the more amount of the food as compared to the person, those who are doing the work on a one place only. And the special needs like the pregnant woman. Okay, let's see. For example, a growing child need more protein than a grown up man to develop body tissues and need for growth. Just now I said that growing children requires the more amount of the protein, but that grown up man doesn't require that much amount of the protein because their body growth is already done, but the growing child is still growing and they requires the more protein to develop their body tissues and need for the growth. Next one, a pregnant woman need more protein. Yes, obviously, because she also requires the protein, and the baby, those who are growing in his womb, that baby also requires the protein for their proper development. Okay, so a pregnant woman needs more protein in her diet for building the body of the developing baby. A nursing mother means what? The mother, those who are feeding her own milk to the baby. They also require some more amount of the proteins, calciums and vitamins to produce the milk to her baby. Okay. Next one, the laborers, athletes and rickshaw pullers need more carbohydrates to obtain the more energy to do hard physical work. So the person, those who are having extra physical work like laborers, athletes and rickshaw pullers, they require the more energy to perform their work. So their diet should contain the more amount of carbohydrate, because as we know that carbohydrate is called as energy giving food. Okay, so this is all about what? Balanced diet. Okay, so see here I am having one pyramid, that what? The balanced diet pyramid. So in each step of the pyramid there are the food given. First one is what? Carbohydrate rich food, that we required in a more amount. See the direction here, you can see the space occupied by the carbohydrate food is more. It means what? It is rich in a energy, and that's why we require the more energy. So we takes the more amount of carbohydrate in our diet. After that it comes, that is what? Fruits and vegetables. We should include the fruits and vegetables because they are rich in fiber, vitamins and minerals. After that it comes the proteins. Okay, milk products, meat, fish and eggs. Okay, they also be required, but not as we'll do the comparison of these remaining proteins and vitamins and the carbohydrate, we require the less protein. And at the end, very minor quantity, we requires what? Fatty substance like oil, ghee and butter. So this is what the balanced pyramid. With the help of that we can come to know exactly which type of the food material we requires in a more amount. Okay, so this is carbohydrate, vitamins, minerals, fibers, then proteins, and this one is what? Fats. Okay, so up till now we have discussed about the components of the food, different nutrients required for the different properties or for different things are there which are required by our body. But see, my dear students, if we will not take these different nutrients in enough quantity, then our body will get suffer from the different diseases, and the diseases which causes due to the deficiency of nutrient, that diseases are called as what? Deficiency diseases. So what is its definition? Diseases that cause due to the lack of nutrients. Which are the nutrients? Carbohydrate, fats, proteins, minerals or vitamins in our diet for a long period of a time, over a long period of time, are called deficiency diseases. It is not like that if today you will not take carbohydrate, then you will get suffer from the carbohydrate deficiency disease. It is not like that. Okay, so if in our diets for the long period of time, if we will not consume the carbohydrate, then obviously our body will get suffer from the carbohydrate deficiency diseases. So let's see which are the deficiency diseases. First one we will discuss about the protein deficiency disease, that is called as what? Kwashiorkor. Okay, so if a child does not get enough protein in his or her diet for a long time, he or she is likely to suffer from a severe malnutrition. Now malnutrition means what? Not getting the enough amount of the nutrients for the long period of time. That phase is called as what? Malnutrition. Okay, a very common protein deficiency disease in children is what? Kwashiorkor. Okay, so if the child is having protein deficiency, then that child will get suffer from the Kwashiorkor disease. So this disease is common among the children of these, mostly the children those who are in the age of 1 to 5 years. These children get suffer from this Kwashiorkor disease. Okay, so the symptoms for the Kwashiorkor are Stunted growth. See here in this image also you can see how it exactly the child look from the kwashiorkor, the suffering from the kwashiorkor. Stunted growth means what? Growth gets stopped, skin become dry and scaly. Okay, as we are suffering from during the winter season, how our skin become dry and scaly, like that their skin. Next one, hair becomes reddish. Here also you can see that. Then body swells up due to retention of water. Retention means what? Water get collected in the body and that's why the body gets swelled. Okay, सूज येणे असं आपण म्हणतो मराठीत. So the body swells up due to the retention of water. That is only called as what? Odema. Okay. Next one, large pot like belly. Here you can see the belly get enlarged in a size and limbs, especially legs, become thin and bony. So you see these legs or the limbs means what? Hand and legs togetherly we are calling as the limbs, but in that especially the legs gets become thin and bony. Okay, and the bulging of size means what? The eyes comes out like that. So in this what? All these are the symptoms of kwashiorkor. So this is the first deficiency disease, that is what? Protein deficiency disease, kwashiorkor. Now the next one we will discuss about the protein, carbohydrate and fat deficiency disease, that is what? Marasmus. So the deficiency of protein, carbohydrate and fats in the diet of children leads to a disease called marasmus. So marasmus is the deficiency disease of protein, carbohydrates and fats. This disease generally affects the infant under 1 year of age. So in newborn baby or up till the age of 1, the child is having the chances to get suffer from this marasmus disease. Symptoms are body become very lean, means thin we can say, thin and so weak the child may not be able to move. The child is unable to perform his activity. Skin becomes dry, thin and wrinkled. Wrinkled means as the old persons their skin is wrinkled, like that the skin become wrinkled. Ribs become prominent. Here in the image you can see easily the ribs of the child. Next one, thin and wrinkled ribs become very prominent. Sunken eyes means the eyes are not feeling healthy. Okay, there is nothing in the eyes, or we can say we are feeling very whenever we are feeling unwell, that time our eyes are become sunken, means what? We are not, from our eyes only we can come to know that we are not feeling well. Okay, unable to digest, or we can say the eyes comes out from the body part or the face part. Unable to digest and absorb the food and may suffer from diarrhea. Okay, so all these are the symptoms of marasmus. Okay, now we'll discuss the deficiency diseases caused by the certain vitamins and minerals that we have seen in our 4th and 5th standard also. So let's take a quick recap. Vitamin A deficiency disease, what? Night blindness. What happens in that? Poor vision and the loss of vision in darkness. The person cannot see in the darkness. Vitamin B1 causes beriberi. Extremely weakness, swelling of legs, loss of appetite and weight. Extremely weakness means we are not feeling active to perform our activities. Swelling, our legs get swell in the size, and the loss of appetite, we are not feeling hungry. Okay, these are the symptoms. Vitamin C, that is what? Scurvy. Vitamin C causes what? Scurvy. That are spongy and the bleeding gums. Okay. Blood started to comes out from the gums, then the loosening of the teeth can also get loose and it can fall. Wounds take longer time to heal and wounds take the more time to get healed. Next one is there, that is vitamin D. Rickets, soften and bend bones. See here in the image, the bone gets soft and it get bent. Okay, so the soft bones are more susceptible to fracture, means that bones can get easily crack or it can get easily break. Bowed leg due to the malformation of legs bone, means see here, bowed leg, the legs bone get bent. Okay, bowed leg due to malformation of legs bone, pain in bones. Okay, so this is about vitamin D deficiency disease, that is rickets. Mineral deficiency disease, iron causes what? Anemia, that is less hemoglobin produced in the blood. Okay, iron is what? As we have seen, iron is necessary for the formation of hemoglobin. So if there is a less hemoglobin in the blood, then it causes what? Anemia. Symptoms: weakness and fatigue, loss of weight, pale skin means loose skin, then loss of appetite. Weakness and fatigue, we are not feeling active, we are not feeling fresh to perform the different work. Iodine, which causes goiter. Abnormal enlargement of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present in the neck region, which causes what? Retarded growth, means our growth gets stopped or slow growth, and the mental disability. So if there is not enough amount of the iodine in our body, then our thyroid gland get abnormal growth, or it get enlargement, it get increase in the size. Here in the image you can see how it exactly. Calcium, which is necessary for the bone and the tooth decay. Bone and teeth, for the proper health of the bone and the teeth. If there is a lack of calcium, then it causes what? Bone and tooth decay. Symptoms: weak bones, excessive bleeding of gums, stunted growth, tooth decay and weakness. And next one is fluorine. It is necessary for dental caries. Pain in teeth, sensitivity to hot and cold food or drinks. So these are the diseases of the mineral and the vitamin deficiency. So up till now we have seen that less amount of the deficiency of the nutrients also causes the disease, and the excessive amount of the nutrients also causes the disease. As we know that if we take the fat rich food, then it causes the disease, that is what? Obesity. Also that obese people can suffer from the diseases like hypertension and diabetes. So we should control the food which is rich in fat. Okay, so here you can see that is what? Junk food is contain the more amount of the fats, and we should not eat that. Okay, because if we eat that junk food, then it is contain the more amount of the fats and sugar, which causes the obesity disease. Okay, so here we can say about the junk food. Okay, see, one more point I want to explain about the probiotics. So some microbes are there which are helpful to our body, that we are getting from the yogurt and the buttermilk. So the microbes which are living in our body, which is helpful for our body, it is called as what? Probiotics. Okay, so you know that useful microorganisms which convert milk into yogurt are present in yogurt, in buttermilk. They are called probiotics. So the lack of microorganisms reside in our intestine. So many microorganisms are living inside our body in the intestine. So their presence in a large number is essential for our health. So their presence in our intestine in a large amount is necessary for our normal health. Okay. Hence, to maintain them in our body, we should include the probiotics such as yogurt and buttermilk in our daily diet. So to keep their number active, so to keep their number in a more amount, we should contain the yogurt or buttermilk in our daily diet. So the person, those who are suffering from the loose motion and the vomiting, that time what happened? They throw out the microorganisms along with their body in a large amount, okay, along with the intestinal water. So when we are suffering from loose motion and vomiting, again and again we are going for the washroom and we are doing the vomiting. Along with that, the water is coming out from our body. From where that water is coming out? From the intestinal water. And along with that water, microorganisms also come out. Okay. So some medicines we are taking to cure this disease, and that medicine also kill them. So therefore we need to take extra yogurt and buttermilk to restore their numbers. Okay. So some microorganisms, those who are living in our body, which is necessary for our body, are called as what? Probiotics. Okay. So this is about probiotics. And this is the extra information. Casimir Funk was a scientist, okay, who belonged to a Poland in Europe. In a scientific article, he read that people who ate brown rice were less likely to get beriberi than those who eat the fully milled rice. Brown rice contains the less amount of the carbohydrate, okay. He was able to identify and isolate the substance which prevents these disease. He named it vitamin. He also proposed that other disorders like scurvy, pellagra and rickets were also caused by deficiency of various disease. Okay, so that scientists discovered that the person, those who eat the more amount of the brown rice, they are not getting the they will not get suffer from the beriberi than those who eat the fully milled rice. But that time he was able to find out what is the exactly nutrient which is present in that, because it takes place. Okay, and so that is the name he is given, that substance name as what? Vitamin. Okay, so this is all about today we have discussed many more points, so you just go through that all video, read the textbook properly. So here we will stop. We will meet in the next video with the next point, and for today, thank you.